Good evening and welcome back to Frugal Outdoors with myself, Dylan. We're fishing! I haven't been fishing for a while, so I'm pretty excited to be out, to be honest. You'll have to excuse me, hopefully there's no wind noise. I am using the mics, but yeah, it's been blowing for like a good, basically 2.5, 3 weeks, and that is the amount of time I haven't been fishing for. But tonight is a Saturday night, which means it's a match night. I never really fish on a weekend, to be honest. I do daytime sometimes just to try and get a few bream and stuff, but generally I fish in the middle of the week. So tonight is a Saturday, tonight is a match night, and tonight we are fishing with the West Wight Danglers in Totland. Totland faces pretty much to the west on the Isle of Wight, in the south coast of England, the south coast of the UK, and we've got gusting 30-mile-an-hour wind coming straight into our face. But not to be defeated, we are going to have a go. Now I've perched myself right next to sort of a bit of a shrub, so we've got a little bit of shelter from the wind, but not a whole bunch. Yeah, it should be fun. We'll try and get a couple of fish, see how we get on. Like I say, I haven't fished for a while. I haven't fished a match for ages, and I am really looking forward to it. I've probably missed, I don't know, 5 or 6 this year. We're sort of in the top half, maybe even the top third of the table. We're not doing too badly, and obviously if I'd have fished a little bit more, I might have done a bit better. So there we go, rods are all set up. I'm fishing my 2 Daiwa rods. They're both beach casters. They're both 13'6". They're both rated 4 to 8 ounce. Target species tonight is a sole. Now, as you can probably see behind me, the weather conditions are pretty awful. So whether we'll actually get one or not, I have absolutely no idea. But predominantly, I'm just going to fish. If I can get a fish, great. If I get a target species, even better. But predominantly, I just want to try and weigh in. Well, there we are. Nice little bit of shelter. Like I say, I mean, at the moment, to be honest, the wind is coming left to right, but it is going to be swinging around later. This is the second choice of venue this evening. We were supposed to be fishing the other side of the island, and at that point, the wind was due to be sort of coming across the beach and gusting nearly 40. Now I think we're pushing maybe 30, and instead we're going to have it in our faces instead later on, so should be fun. But while we're waiting for the wind to change, we've got the sun right in our face. Oh, yeah, I really should have brought some sunnies, but never mind. Right, bait. We've got some ragworm. Obviously, we are fishing, well, target species is a sole. So I have got some ragworm. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm sure it's fine. I was told that it was only dug yesterday, so that should be good to go. Ah, there we go. Sun's gone behind a cloud. I popped into Slamfish as well earlier in the week. I've got some squid. I love squid personally. When I'm bream fishing, I will only use squid. I think it's probably the best bait to use if you can use nothing else. Now, there's definitely a chance of an undulate ray or something big being out there, conger eel, bass, anything like that. So I have got some fishy baits, which include some sardines and also some medium sand eels. So I've got squid, sand eels, sardines, and I've got some ragworm. So the first rigs I'm going to chuck out, I'm going to put 2 bream rigs. These ones are size 1 canoes. They've got pop-ups on the top, there's some beads on the bottom. It's a 1 up, 1 down, which means I can get 1 on the deck and 1 floating around up in the water column. And hopefully that covers all of the bases really. Hopefully we can pick up a bream, but if not, we can also possibly pick up a wrasse. So basically I'm going to put exactly the same rig on both rods. So it'll be worm on all 4 hooks, and then I'll tip 2 of them with some squid. Our club fishes 2 rods, 4 hooks. Pennel counts as 1 hook, as long as they're close enough together, and you're only allowed 1 pennel per rig. Going to be fishing with some 7-ounce grippers today, because that wind is going to be wanting to move stuff around, and we've definitely got a bit of swell out there. But I think we'll be fine with 7-ounce grippers. Tide's already been coming in for a couple of hours, so basically we'll be fishing over the top, and there's definitely a chance we might be getting a little bit wet later. And these worms, as you can see, nice and lively. Not the biggest worms in the world, but that's okay. So I'm just going to snip its head off. Just fishing really, like I say, for a bite to begin with. I think as it does get darker, I think we stand much more of a chance of, you know, picking up a smooth hound, picking up some other bits. I haven't got any crab with me this evening, so I will just be fishing squid baits. And I think, to be honest, this time of year, you can certainly get away with just using squid for smooth hounds anyway. So we've got 2 worms on our baiting needle. Pop the hook in the end, and then we'll just slide that over, keeping tension on the line, so not to pull the hook out of that hole basically. And there we are, nice worm bait. So I'm going to bait the other 4 hooks exactly the same as that, and then we'll tip off with some squid, and then we're ready to go. Right, there we go. So what I've decided to do is put the worm tipped squid on the top hook, which is the one with the beads. So get a bit of movement in there, and that one's going to be targeting bream. The worm on the bottom will hopefully target a wrasse or anything, to be honest. I mean, if we can catch a fish today, I'll just be chuffed. And what we'll do, as soon as we've cast these ones out, we will get a 3rd rig ready, and I'll literally just bait up another bream rig, I think. Don't forget, all of these rigs that I'm using this evening are going to be available from www.frugal.od.co.uk. And if you do happen to pop over there, you can also find yourself some tip lights, some braid scissors, some mackerel feathers if there's any mackerel still around. Yeah, all sorts of bits and bobs. Go and check it out. Right, that time has come. So we're fishing for 6 hours this evening, fishing right up to midnight. It's 5:45, so yeah, we've got a few hours of fishing fun to be had. I'll just wait for these guys to walk past and then we'll whack one out. I'm going to fish with one relatively close in, and the other one will hit a little bit harder and try and get it on that reef. Got such a massive belly of line. It's going to be really, really difficult, I think, conditions this evening. But we got one out there. Fishing with 7-ounce grippers, which I think is an absolute must. I might have to actually put my rods in their cups, which I don't normally do. Stick this one in front. Let's go. Let's see. Let's just see. What's the worst that can happen? If I get to actually see a bite today, I'll be amazed. So I'm fishing with braid tonight, which is quite possibly the worst decision I've ever made while I've been fishing. Mono would have been much, much better. I didn't even think about it, to be honest, when I left the house. Could have just bought 2 more spools that had mono already on them. So I'm going to be fishing in this swell with braid, but there we go. We have got a leader, so that will take some of it. But anyway, we're fishing. You never know, we might see a bite, but if we don't, hopefully when we reel in, there might be a fish on it. We're going to give those 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll have a little look. But let's get this other rig sorted out. And it's the first time that I've put my woolly hat, my beanie hat on this year. Well, this season anyway, at the end of the summer. Christ. Let's hope it doesn't get too cold later. It's still like 18 degrees. It's 18 degrees, but it's blowing a hoolie. That's a bite. That was definitely a bite. Well, in amongst all that swell, it definitely looked like I had a bite then, but it was literally one knock, so it could have been swell. I mean, this one is under a lot of tension. Oh yeah.
Hopeful.
Oh God. I'd rather be sat at home drinking wine. Well, I can't feel anything at all there. So I'm just gonna plonk it back down. Well, they've been out for 15 minutes. Just have a little nosy at this left-hand one. Trouble is, I need to change the one on the left first. I think because of the massive bow in the line. Yeah, it's pretty full on. Let's have a look. There's definitely nothing on this one. Pretty much as it went out. Right, let's have a look at this one, because I definitely think I had a bite on this. Right, there's nothing on there, but I want to have a look at the bait. Well, that's a great sign. Definitely 100% we had a bite on our top hook, which was a squid, which makes me think it was potentially a bream. We can weigh in. Let's just try and weigh in. We've got another hour or so maybe of daylight, and that's what it's about. It's just try and get a fish, try and get a bream in the daylight. You do get them at night time. I've had them night time here before, but I would like to try and weigh in before it gets dark. Oh my God, it's so windy out here. I got to worried about my belly of line going in front of my neighbour. It's brutal. Yeah, there we go, look at that. That had a couple of worms and some squid on it. That makes me hopeful. Makes me hopeful. This is what they call extreme fishing. Must be absolutely crazy fishing in this. Woo-hoo. Even just a spray now from some of the waves is coming right up. We've only been fishing for 25 minutes. We've got at least, I would say, another 3 or 4 hours of the flood. I've pushed myself as far back as I possibly can. I just want one fish. This could be a short video. If I get one fish, I might even go home. Well, I'm having a good time. It is definitely blowy, but I'm having a good time. It's all right. So I haven't fished for ages, so it's nice just to get out really and blow the cobwebs off the rods and reels, if nothing else. I thought I may have had a touch on the left-hand side, but it hasn't come to anything. It's so difficult to tell with these waves coming through as well. Obviously it just laps that line and then it pings and then you think you've got a bite when actually you haven't. But it is bumpy out there. I dare say there might be a couple of bass coming out this evening. I've certainly got some bass rigs that I'd like to drop out there later. But time to have another little change. Let's have a look. I'm not feeling any weight whatsoever. Get some fresh baits out there. Just keep trying. I really want to catch a fish so early. If I get one early, it'd be so nice. Well, the good thing is, the bait's going, which means stuff's eating it. And if stuff's eating it, whether it's crabs or whatever, it means they're fishing. So it's kind of a good thing, I suppose. But we'll see. One on my left, I got really quite close in. This one I'm gonna give a bit more legs and just see. It's crazy because out on the horizon you can see the swell and you can see all this spray and massive lumps. It is absolutely huge out there. It's really difficult to show it on camera, but I'll give it a go. But yeah, I definitely would not like to be out there today. Might be able to scratch out a couple of pouting later on, I think. When it gets dark, that might be the target. Just fish with the bream rigs. Bream rigs all night. Try and pull a couple of pouting in. Oh. Well, I'm not going to lie. This is not very comfortable at all. I was kind of enjoying it a little bit earlier, but now that temperature is dropping, it's not that great. Whew, already you can see the promenade is completely awash. Desperate for that one fish. If I get a fish, I'm off. I mean, I've only ever caught one sole before. A nice sole, mind you, £2 something. So I don't really know the conditions, and to be honest, I haven't really looked it up because even in the back of my head tonight, I really wasn't going to go for them. I was going to bring the bait. I have brought some sole rigs, but to sort of half-heartedly have a go, because really tonight all I want to do is just catch a fish. I say I haven't fished many comps this year, so I just like to keep a couple of points ticking over. But I'm going to hazard a guess that these conditions are not ideal for sole fishing. Fishing for sole in a storm, it's not got a ring to it, has it? That is a fish. Could be wrong, but I think it might have just actually had a bite. I think I've gone pretty slack. We've got something. Oh! We caught a fish. Right, it's a tiny, tiny little scaldy bass. Look at that, pretty little bass, but unfortunately far too small for me to weigh in. Let's chuck this one back and let's see if we can't get one a tiny little bit bigger. I thought for a minute then it might have actually been a pouting, in which case I would have been able to wade it in and then I could go home. Oh, there we go. We've got a bit of lighting on now and I've completely blinded myself. Right, so we got a fish. Not one that we can weigh in, but that's all right. It's a start. I think I've also forgotten my head torch, which is not a great start. Not ideal, but there we go. Oh, that's better. Right, now we're getting a bit warmer. I've had a bite to eat. Fishing exactly the same. The light is now going. So every now and again now I think I am going to put a little bit of sand eel out. I just want to catch a fish. I'm not fussed what it is. I think, to be honest, I'm kind of pinning my hopes on a pouting. And even then it's got to be inside. Oh, well, there we go. A few people have already sacked it off because of the conditions, which I don't blame them, to be honest. I'm going to stick it out a little while. There's still a chance of catching something. But yeah, it's not very comfortable fishing at all. Okay, right, come on. Got to be a little fishy out there for us. Woohoo! Bang! Come on, let's have a fish. Let's have a fish for all our efforts. Can't believe I forgot my blimmin' head torch. That's a really, really bad rookie error. But what we've got a nice little earth bar, and I have got some plain leads, but with this swell where it's just coming in so hard, I'm using a 6-ounce gripper, but I've unclipped the wires. I'm thinking that will still make it move around, and if the bass does pick it up, hopefully it will still run off with it. But who knows? I mean, I don't really know, but I've got to give something a go. So we'll chuck this out, chuck it over to our left. Just see, let's mix it up. Let's chuck some different baits out. Let's stick it out to the end and try and catch us a fish. I didn't even show you what I had on it, did I? There we go. Half a sardine with a 5/0 circle hook. Basically, I've got a groin to the left of me, and I'm just going to sort of flick it alongside it a bit. It's a rock groin. It's not like a wooden one. It's rocks. It's going to be snaggy as. I do not want to get in it. I mean, that is still going to roll around out there. I mean, I might even need to put the grippers on. Who knows? But whew. Still waiting for this wind to drop. Is that a wave? What is that? It's so difficult. It's so difficult to determine what is what. So obviously I've got one in close now, and I've got it super loose for a bass. And of course, every time that swell comes in, it's taking the line, it's going bam, 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 bam. And it looks ever so much like a bite, but it's not. I've ended up popping a sand eel and squid wrap on a pulley pennel with a 3/0 out as far as I can into the wind. It's not very far, obviously, but it's out there. And then I've got another bream rig ready to go, maybe to pick up a pouting. See, that looked like a bite. I don't think they are, but that's what I'm seeing. Bam, 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 bam. Then it bends. Makes it looks like a really perfect bass bite. Just chucked out a couple of bits of sand eel on my bream rig. Just took one of those medium sand eels and cut it in half. I'm just about to put out a big lump of ragworm. I'll show you now. The sea does seem to be easing off a tiny bit. It's still mega rough, but it does seem to be easing up a little bit. It's definitely making things a little bit more comfortable. There we go, look at that. Nice big lump of ragworm. Don't know how many are there, I just grabbed a whole bunch of them, wrapped them all together, and we'll see if we can't pick something up. Let's have a little recap, shall we? We've had one missed bite and we've had one little school bass, and since then, nothing at all. But the wind has dropped a little bit, so that's quite nice. Just been baiting up a whole sardine, ready to go out. Beautiful. The nice big circle hook sticking out of it. And we'll chuck that out in a little bit. I've just put those 2 fresh ones out, so I'll give them a little while. I'd like to think I should start seeing a little bit of activity, really. Yeah, very, very hard work. Just be nice to see a little bit of interest in the baits. But we'll keep plugging away. And hopefully at some point I'll be able to show you a fish. Ooh. We've got something reasonably decent as well, actually. Putting up a bit of a scrap. Don't even know what it's on. Double sand eel. Might just be a conger. But you know what? I haven't got my head torch, so I can't even see, but it's got a bit of thump to it. I have to swing it up, whatever it is. Yay! Yes! It's not a bad sized conger as well. It's got to be £3. Got to be £3. Oh, come on! Oh, chuffed. You know what? I can't see a bloody thing. But there we go. We managed to weigh in. Let's go and quickly get this checked with Tom, who's next to me. He can verify the weight. Ah, pressure's off. Right, cool, man. Ah, well, there we go. £3 one. Just the £3. But yeah, £3 one. So that's ideal. So anything over £3, we get the bonus 5 points. So we've weighed in. I've got a couple of rigs ready to go, so I'm going to chuck them out for sure. You know, now might be the time. It might start to kick off. We've definitely just started the ebb, and it does have a tendency to fish quite well here on the ebb. So we'll see if we can get another fish anyway. Oh, buzzing. Buzzing. That's the first fish I've caught for a while. Like I say, I haven't been fishing for 2 or 3 weeks. So it's nice to actually catch them, and it's a little bit soul destroying when you come out. You know, and the weather conditions aren't brilliant, but we're still semi-dry. My feet are wet. I should have worn my wellies. I've forgotten my head torch. Should have brought some mackerel. But there we go. We weighed in, it doesn't matter. So there we go. I've just quickly baited up another one. So it's a double sand eel, as you can see there. You might be able to. I do apologise, the screen's probably a little bit blurry, but it's a double sand eel bound together. A 3/0 wide gape hook on the bottom, and then a 3/0 circle. And this is just one of the pulley pennels that's available online. Pretty standard stuff, really. But yeah, it's nice to see a few fish coming out now. There's been a few bass caught this evening. A couple of congers. There's even been a dogfish, I think, weighed in. So there's some fish out there, and it'd be nice to try and catch one more. We've got a couple more casts in us. Let's see if we can't get something else. But that wind is actually finally starting to drop. Still plenty of swell. We're definitely on the ebb. I've just punched that one out as far as I can. Bearing in mind we're into a bit of a sort of into the wind, crosswind a little bit. and that one has swung around to the left already, so I know that we are now definitely ebbing. Well, that time has come to pack down. I've got to reel these ones in. We've got basically like 5 minutes left, but I'm going to reel these ones in now. Give myself an extra little 5 minutes to pack down, pack the camera down and everything. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Like I say, it's been a pretty uneventful evening. We did manage to weigh in, so I'm pretty pleased about that. And then yeah, we got another comp. I think the next comp now isn't for another month. I think November is the bass one. We do like a bass Roma, and that lasts all weekend. I didn't fish it last year, and I'm uncertain whether I'll fish it this year because I can never put in the whole weekend. So obviously, if you can put in the whole weekend, you're obviously in much more of a chance to win. As always, if you have got this far and you haven't already subscribed and you kind of enjoyed the session, like I say, it's not a lot to show unfortunately in this one, but sometimes we do get a lot more fish. But yeah, if you've made it this far and you haven't already subscribed, then please do think about it. Don't forget, you can get all the rigs and everything, all the bream rigs. I mean, now is the bream season really. Once this wind drops off, which it will do next week, we should be able to get on the bream and smash them. I have been smashing them previously, and I will be getting on some more because I want to stock that freezer up. As always, don't forget, you can also get all the rigs and everything that I've been using this evening online from www.frugal.od.co.uk, and also you can get all the tip lights and other bits and bobs and stuff like that. So anyway, until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and maybe I'll see you out there. Cheers.